All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Keith Flynn. I'm the Director of Digital Marketing here at West USA Realty. Really excited to have you guys on today. Whole new venue for us, a whole new path we're forging here. Typically, I do these classes face to face, person to person, over your shoulder if you have any technical issues. So it's a little different for me this time moving forward. But we're excited to have the ability to embrace webinars. From a company standpoint, we have for a number of years. But for me personally, getting into this realm has been fun. Normally, I'm a guest on the Monday morning show with all the good guys, Weinstein and Todd and everyone else. But looking forward to jumping into Canva today, this afternoon. If you haven't already figured that out, that's why you're here. Excited to have you. If you have any questions while we're cruising along and learning the basics for Canva, using Canva for real estate agents, feel free to type in the box there. Let me know if you have any questions. If you get stuck on something, need me to repeat something, by all means, feel free to jump in there. I'll do my best to get to them. If I don't get to everyone's questions while we're moving along, I will follow up with you offline. You can always email me at Keith at it's Keith at westusa.com, Keith. You can always send me any questions you have. Happy to help out, whether now, if you have any afterthoughts after today's webinar, please feel free to email me. So with that, I would assume by now, if you haven't, make sure you jump on to canva.com, as you see there on your screen, canva.com. Log on and create yourself an account if you have not already. Be mindful, though, when you do create an account, a little window is going to pop up and ask you for a credit card because they do offer a pro version. You can click out of that, but of course, it's a little hidden button there because they don't want you to click out of it. They want you to sign up and spend money, but you can click out of it and obviously get into the free version, which we have here. So a couple things I wanted to highlight before we get going. When it comes to Canva, as I mentioned, they do have a pro version. They do have a free version. I have access to both. I can flip back between. I have a personal one for me that I use for free because even though I'm not incentivized, there's no affiliate program, nothing kickback in that way. I do highlight some of the pro versions because there are some pro version elements to it that are really cool. Of course, if you find yourself wanting to use some of those filters, some of the other elements they have, some of the other offerings, by all means, I'll let you make that call. You can decide whether or not you want to jump in there and pay for it. I think for a year in advance, it ends up being like $10 a month. So very cost effective for all of us cost minded agents out there. We obviously want to keep our bottom line down, a dollar down. So again, with the free offering here with Canva, fantastic way for you guys to create and design elements for advertising. And so Canva is basically, if you haven't figured out by now, is a design platform, a design software that you guys can use, very intuitive. In the past, we've had a lot of folks ask, hey, where should I go get my designs made? Fiverr.com, if you're not familiar with it, is a global freelance website of everything from copy editors to graphic designers. You can get a number of different things done for you on Fiverr. Again, still a cost associated. So with Canva, you obviously have an opportunity to do it yourself, keep your costs down, and learn a new skill set. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you guys just taking you around the horn here and showing you some of the basics, the tabs, where things are located, how to search for certain topics, how to find a lot of the graphic designs that's already in here. Why I love Canva so much is because of all the different sites that offer what Canva does, they have the most free, meaning you can get into their design templates, their elements, their logo creations. They have a ton of free stuff to use, and I think they have the most out of all their competition. So you can virtually get in there and create a lot of things for your marketing needs and not really spend much money at all. So as you can see right from the beginning, very similar to an IDX or an MLS search, there's a search feature right dead smack in the center of the website where you can click into and start to search for a number of different things. One of the first things I like to point out is whether you're creating designs for either Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, any of your social media needs. A lot of what you're going to be looking for as a real estate agent is creating digital elements, and what we put out there as far as agents needs to be high res, needs to have a very attractive high res appeal to it, whether it's you're featuring an open house or a listing or marketing yourself, or even if it's just your Monday motivational post. You can do a number of searches within Canva and start to type out any of your keywords based around what you're looking for. And as you see here, I've typed in the word real, and Canva is anticipating what it is I'm looking for. So naturally, which is awesome for real estate agents, is you can see a number of suggestions that Canva has for you of regards to real estate. Just going down the list there, you can see real estate brochures, business cards, flyers, newsletters, postcards, you name it. Because the question I always get is, well, what can an agent make on this site? What can I do as a real estate agent? And so simply typing in real estate, you'll get a number of suggestions here in the center. And in addition to those suggestions, you'll see just off right for each suggestion, there's actually the dimensions. So for all of us who want to make cover photos for our Facebook page, but we don't know what the dimensions are, you no longer have to worry about that. All you need to do is just tell Facebook, hey, or tell Canva, I want to create a Facebook cover photo, and Facebook will pop up, and Canva will tell you what those dimensions are, as you see there, as I scroll through. So whether it's a Facebook ad, it's a cover photo, which we're all very accustomed to creating, event covers, posts, video, you name it, all your dimensions are set. So it totally takes away the guessing game or having the need to search for what your dimensions are. One of the elements that I really like about Canva is they employ a number of graphic designers. A number of graphic designers are on staff that are creating templates for you guys to kind of get the creative juices going. For all of us who are more left brain analytical than we are right brain, we don't sometimes have an idea of what we want to make. We just know we want to make something fun and fancy. They gave us a number of design templates that we can kind of jump off with and then customize ourselves. So that's the first part, is searching. Real simple, looking for any of your designs, whether it's, you could type in the actual platform that you want to use, or if you want to type in the theme, you can use that center search bar to find a number of different things to get you going. So on the left-hand side here, there is also a create button. Like a lot of these websites, there's always several ways to do one thing, so this is fun. On the left-hand side, you'll see there's a create a design. If you click on create a design, basically the same thing I just showed you in the center of the screen with the search bar. Now on the left-hand side, and then of course they have suggestions again. You've got anything from, Facebook posts to animation. That's kind of morbid. Obituary card. If you're looking to design something for, unfortunately, the death of a loved one or someone, you can do that. Brochures, they have trifolds, which are pretty awesome. So any number of these designs that are designed to be, they're created for print, you can either use Canva's printing service, because they are linked with a printer. They actually offer free shipping, which is really cool too. Or you can obviously save these files to a thumb drive, your desktop, whatever it is, and walk that into a local printer, or send it off via online to a print shop of your choice. So on your left-hand side, the Create Design tab is also another way for you to find your templates. And then moving down the navigation on the left-hand side, if you have any past designs, you'll see all your designs. That'll take you to your past designs that you've created before. That's one of the cool things. Another cool thing about Canva is this is cloud-based. So whether I create this design now and then log out and maybe jump into a bullpen or open up at Starbucks or use someone else's laptop computer, I'm able to log into my account and all my designs follow me. So anything you've created in the past will always live there for you, which is fantastic. And then if you may not know this, but Canva also has an app. So all your designs are located in the palm of your hand through your smart device, and you're able to access your designs there as well. On the left-hand side, moving down, there are templates, photos, which is the photos that you either can acquire through Canva or any that you've uploaded. They have all their print media, apps that are integrated with Canva, and then a brand kit for those of you who choose to sign up for the Pro plan. You can actually import your logo design, your color palettes, all your Pantone colors, any colors you may have associated with your brand. You can create a brand kit, so they also live with you there as well. And logos, any overlays would live in your brand kit. Another element to Canva is they have a design school. So if you're looking to really take advantage of all their offerings and use their service to its full potential, they actually have a little design school too to help you with acclimating yourself to the service. And then you have a team base. Maybe you have multiple people using Canva, you can add a team member in there and you guys can collaboratively work on any number of designs. So with that, that's pretty much the easy part of your navigation. In the center part of the screen, as you start to scroll down, you'll see they have a number of categories when it comes to creating a design. And simply just scrolling through, you can see you can create YouTube thumbnails, Facebook covers, as you mentioned, video. They do have some stock video animation in here that you can use for any number of video projects that you may want to create. Brochures, really popular with the real estate company, real estate in general. You can create brochures, one-off, handoffs, anything that you may want to have in an open house. A brochure that you could create for your marketing efforts to highlight a neighborhood, obviously a tangible piece of literature that your potential buyers could walk out of the house with. And of course, you could brand that with your information so that they remember you. And the next time they have a need, or if they decide to move forward, they have an opportunity to contact you. Social media, huge element to Canva. If you are not creating content on a regular basis, which is a whole nother class in itself, you can up your game when it comes to creating content, high-res images for social media. If you're doing a number of posts, you want to do a collage for your listings. Social media is a huge aspect to your marketing efforts, your digital footprint. And so using Canva will help you take it to the next level. And just going through here, I'm sure you probably skimmed through this. You can see flyers, cards, infographic, business cards, resumes, invitations, you name it. Thank you cards. In fact, I actually created a couple tickets for my kids. We handed out some tickets over the holidays to them. I created tickets that were for the North Pole experience. And so their little elf on a shelf brought those tickets, dropped them into their stockings over the holidays. And so I used Canva to do that, which is pretty cool. Your past designs will live here. You guys probably recognize that flyer for today's class. I did use Canva to create it. Instagram posts. Here's what I was talking about when it comes to suggestion on templates. For those of us who are often challenged, so where do I start? What can I make? Here are a number of generic templates that their team has designed for you guys to get going. And so looking for something for St. Patrick's Day, which is passed on Tuesday. Maybe you want to do something that was holiday themed, seasonal themed, you name it. Quotes. Perhaps you got a great review recently from a past client. You can copy and paste that review into one of these, thanking them in your social media post, and artfully giving yourself a little credit for your past work. Facebook posts, you name it, flyers, social media. So again, here's all these templates that you really want to take advantage of and get your graphic design juices going. And you can look at any one of these templates and go from there, which is really neat to use. Anyone looking to do a logo, maybe you want to differentiate your brand, set yourself apart from everybody else and create a logo. You can totally do that with a number of the different elements that they offer. They're all here as well. Facebook cover photos, presentations, and so on. So I think you guys get the gist of it. We have a number of options to get things going, but what I want to start back off with is I'm going to start from scratch, but I'm going to create a Facebook cover photo. Just kind of give you guys an idea of what it looks like to create something from scratch. So choosing create design, I'm going to go ahead and just click on Facebook cover since a past use of that, and then Canva offers that as a suggestion. So clicking on Facebook cover, a whole new window will pop open, and you'll see we have a blank canvas here. This is your blank canvas. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's already preset. So you've got your design there to your right that is already cut to the dimensions that Facebook wants you to create a cover photo and add it right in there. So I don't have to worry about the dimensions at all. I don't have to worry about changing anything at all when it comes to sizes. At this point, I'm just ready to create. So from the canvas, on the left-hand side, you can see the first tab there is templates. So here's a number of different templates based on the seasons. I don't know why we're still stuck on fall, but for some reason, Canva hasn't updated that yet. But if I got into the covers, you would see a number of different elements to it. Here we go. You have summer Facebook covers. You've got autumn. So here are all your additional seasons. So if you see something that you like when it comes to a season, you can always click on see all, and that'll actually open up all of their preset templates around that theme. And so as I've done there, clicked on see all, and now I can go through a number of different templates that their design team has already created for me, and choose one of those to get started with and customize it to my needs. So that would be a great example of their categories. But what I'm going to do is start from scratch. So going down photos, what's nice about Canva is they actually have a number of stock images that they import. They're aggregated in from many other free sites that offer stock images royalty free, meaning you obviously can use the photo, not have to worry about anybody sending you a nasty letter. If anyone's familiar with Getty Images out there, Getty Images on Google Images, if you were to do a search on any one of photos, any number of photos, Getty Images owns the copyright on a lot of photography out there. And if you find yourself using something that they own and they find out that it's on your website, they will send you a nasty letter and usually demand several hundreds of dollars for using that image. And from what I've heard, they're not very nice about it either. So photos are here, stock images. Keep yourself out of trouble if you ever want to use a photo that and not get in trouble. Easiest thing to do is remember that any photo that you take is your intellectual property right. You do own the rights to that. If you took the photo, and we all have an awesome camera now in our smartphones, and you're able to use your phone to take a number of pictures. If you don't even hire a photographer, then you can always use your camera on your device, and you own it. And I'll show you where to upload that to here. Elements. The Elements tab is pretty cool. That's where you're going to find your stickers, your emojis, anything that's like a little, shapes, grids. There's going to be a ton of different, there you go. There's your stickers. Animated stickers. I'm sure you're familiar with those if you're using social media. They've got charts, lines, little flowers, any number of little images that you can use to add to your creation. Have fun with that. There's lots of them. Under text, this is where all your text is all your fonts are located. Pretty self-explanatory, which is really neat. They have hundreds of different templates that you can, hundreds of different fonts that you can use when you're creating your text. And what they also do is offer you font combinations. So if you want to do a combination of a font, you can choose any one of these and then customize it to whatever your message is that you want to share. Continuing on the tabs here, here's where your videos live. We won't get into videos today so much because we're really not making any videos, but if you wanted to do something that was animated, you can see they've got a bunch of different stock imagery here, 10 to 15 seconds, a number of different videos that you can use. One element to using Canva that where the videos would come into play is if you're not familiar with Facebook's cover photos, which we're going to design here in a second, they actually have the ability to upload videos. So if you've seen someone's Facebook business page before where they have animation, they have video, this would be a great idea or a great way to create that video that loops and then maybe has a tagline or your logo or your contact information that lives on the cover photo. Backgrounds. Simple. Whether you want to choose a solid color background or you want to choose a photo or a text or a texture, patterns, gradients, any number of different backgrounds you can use. Abstracts are really popular. Then people will usually overlay like a motivational quote or a quote in general just to add for content for your social media. And then under Uploads tab right here on the left-hand side, this is where all the images are going to live where you've uploaded them. So whether you're using a stock image or a photo that you've taken, maybe it's a photo of your listing. If you've hired a professional photographer, they would send their photos to you. You would upload them here. And I'll scroll down here real quick to the bottom. Your logos, which should pop up here in just a second. Logos will live in here as well. And I know I've got one down here, but there it is. All right. So any of your logos, this is where they live. Again, they follow you. They stay in your cloud. And you can use them over and over again as you create your designs. So we'll jump back up here to the top again. And under photos, I'm going to choose, I'm going to just come up here and do a search. And I would like to see what they have in the way of Arizona. If there's any stock imagery or photography is within their database that has something to do with Arizona. And there we go. We've got a number of mountain skylines, you name it. Now, I want to draw your attention as I hover over this particular image. You see in the corner where it says Pro. This is available to Pro subscribers, and in this case, we are on a Pro account, so I'm eligible to use this photo. It comes with my Pro account for Canva. If I see a dollar sign, or if you see a dollar sign, the dollar sign indicates that there's a charge for using this photo. It's a one-time charge. Once I pay for it, that photo now lives in my archive and I can use that photo again. But for free users, and even for me in this case, there's a $1 charge to use the rights for this picture. If you find yourself running up a tab when it comes to buying elements or buying photography, and you start to look at $8 to $10 a month spending, it may make sense for you to move up to a Pro plan. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one in particular. And notice that when you click once on the photo, it automatically throws it onto your canvas for you. So I don't have to, or I can drag and drop. There's also a drag and drop option, which is nice as well. But clicking once adds the image or the graphic or the element that you'd like to use to your canvas. If you see on the canvas right now, I've got two photos of the same mountain. One of them is highlighted. That shows me there's layers. On your canvas, when you're creating your designs, you want to think in terms of layers. So the first one's your background. The second one may be an image of you. The third one may be your call to action or your name and your information. Two things you can do in order to remove an image from your design. Whatever is highlighted in blue means that's what I'm currently can manipulate and massage around the canvas. By grabbing a corner, which I'm sure we're all familiar with when it comes to resizing an image or moving our photos around, grabbing a corner will allow you to manipulate it and enlarge it or shrink it down. If you want to remove it from your canvas, just go ahead and hit the delete button and then it will go away. Or you can choose the delete. There's the delete over here on the side to remove it from your canvas. So in this case, I'm going to use this single image of the mountain, and I'm going to enlarge that so it fills my entire canvas on my Facebook cover photo. So there you go. So now that looks about center. That looks about right. I like that. So that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and hit, just click just outside the box here, and it will take place. So now if I want to come back and move this again, let's say maybe I want more skyline in there as opposed to the desert, I would just double click on the photo and there you go. Now the original pops back up and I can left click on the your mouse or your trackpad and I can massage and move the image to center it the way I see fit. So in this case, I'd like some skyline in there and a little bit of the desert floor. All right, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and click out, and now it's locked in. So now we're off and running. We've got a nice background, easy to use, easy to manipulate when it comes to sizing. Now, once your first image is loaded in, you'll look at the top here. If you look at the top, you'll see you have effects, filter, adjust, crop, and flip. These are some additional formatting options for you when it comes to creating a design. When it comes to effects on your photo, you can do a number of things. Change out like the tones. You can add some pixelation to it. You can have fun with some of their filters. Now, not all of these effects are available on the free plan, but if you see, there are quite a bit. But if you see ones that you like, they'll let you know that you can get this with the Pro plan. Under filter, you can change out some of the coloring. So if you wanted to maybe get some color to pop on the image itself, much like Instagram or Snapchat filters, even Facebook filters, you can add these filters to your image to alter it in its appearance. Solar looks like it's got a little bit of a haze to it, adds a little bit of a matte finish. Or if you want to come down here and choose street or black and white. So you can see there's a number of different choices, grayscale. You can have fun with that, but we're going to leave it at none right now, just like the way it is, and go from there. Any adjustments, if you want to adjust the brightness, saturation, contrast, tint, if you want to make it a little blurry, all these filters are here and available for you to adjust. Add a little vignette, which is a black tone around the edges. You can add a little vignette to it, give it a little more warmth. which is nice too. All these filters are here for you as well. And then cropping, if you need to crop the image, remember I showed you a minute ago, you could just double click on it to crop, or and then drag your corners, or you could use it, get into this same feature as well. I'm gonna hit cancel, and then flip it. If you wanted to flip it horizontally or vertically, you can do that as well. You have that option when it comes to the filters. So I like this background, looks pretty good. So I want to choose, I'm gonna come over here to the uploads tab, and I'm gonna find, I know we've got, let's go ahead and pretend that Susan here is, she's one of our managing brokers, but I'm going to pretend that she's an agent right now. And we're making a cover photo where she's going to be on the cover of her Facebook page. And I'm going to put her over here in the corner. Now, one of the features that is really cool with the Pro plan, and again, I'm not getting any kickbacks for this, but I just want to point out some of the cool features. One of the neat features of the Pro plan is they now added an effect, which is really neat, that allows you to remove the background on an image. So I would love to cut Susan out here and just have her stand alone in one of the corners of the image. So I've highlighted the photo, and then I selected effects, and then I'm going to click on background remover. Now this is cool. Their artificial intelligence, their AI built into Canva will now remove the main subject from the background. And hopefully this will turn out really nice and pretty. And we will have Susan all by herself. Oh, there you go. You're seeing it starting to work. And there we go. So now she's standing alone. Now I know this is pretty much an industry standard. We all have seen someone's business card this way or their marketing materials, but now I'm just going to drop Susan in here to the corner, and we're going to position her right there on the cover photo. So pretty cool tool. Be honest with you, I think that's worth $10 a month by itself, especially if you're going to be cutting yourself out. Any professional headshot, photography that you may be doing with your marketing materials, cool way for you to drop yourself in the corner over there. Add yourself to cover photos, brochures, handouts, any number of your marketing materials. And through the use of that one little tool, you can do that. What would usually take someone in Photoshop, several minutes to cut it out, just literally took one click, which is really nice. So we've got the background. We've got Susan over there now, and I'm going to go ahead and now go to creating our adding our logo. So for those of us who have our access to your West USA logos, you can find those on your dashboard. They are available. Of course, if you don't have them, you can email me, and I'm happy to send them to you as well. So now I have two versions of our logo. I've either got a West USA dark or a reversed white version. So I'm going to go with probably the dark one here. Click on that once and see how that looks. Of course, we won't know until we try, but I'm going to go ahead and move it around here. I'm looking for, nope, not good there. Probably want a bright background. Looks decent right there, but I'm probably going to be better off with choosing our reversed whiter image. So, all right, there we go. That looks a lot better. So just clicking it once drops the logo over it. And I'm going to move this guy around. Probably put him up here in the corner, or maybe right over the mountain right there in the center. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. I like this side over here. We'll balance it out a little bit. So there we go. I got the logo now over on the right, and then balances it out. And then, of course, do not forget on any of your marketing materials, you definitely, to stay in compliance, you will need to have your realtor, the R, registered R trademark, MLS, and the fair housing. Now, the nice thing is while they need to be on your marketing materials, they don't have to be super huge. They can just be slightly available or seen on the corner there. And I like to keep them off to the side so they don't actually encroach or take away from the graphic design. So, so that was pretty simple, right? We've got the main image in the background. We've got Susan here on the left, and then we have our logo and then our registered R's. Now, if you wanted to add in some text, which is great, you wanted to have maybe a call to action, or you have a tagline or a mantra, something that you want to add to here, you go ahead and click on the text button on your left-hand side, and we'll scroll back up to the top. I'm going to start with just a generic header. And once I click on that, the header holding text will jump over onto the canvas. And from there, it's already highlighted. So all I need to do is just hit delete to back out to remove the holding text. And I'm going to go ahead and put Susan's name. And she has 2 T's, not 3. So let's go ahead and click on that and remove one. There we go. All right. So there you go. The white text is the default. When you highlight or click on the center of the text, you can either drag and manipulate it, move it around that way. Excuse me. Or you can use the positioning crosshairs right here and grab that as well to move your text around. I'm going to put the white looks really good against the desert landscape. So I'm going to drop that right there and click out of it and see how that looks. There you go. And maybe behind it, if she had a call to action or, best AZ agent or something to that. I'm terrible when it comes to taglines, so I apologize. But best AZ agent, whatever you want to add in there, you can do a little tagline below, and then now you've got your text overlay there as well. Now, if I wanted to change this text, which is really cool, the default is Open Sans. But if I click on the text itself and then highlight the text that I'd like to change, up here in the formatting tools, you'll see there is the name of the font, your font size, so the typeset size, color, if I wanted to change it as well. And of course, you're all familiar with bolding, italic, underline. If you wanted to use your alignments and either go left, center, or right, depending on the size of the text, you can change it as well. And then we can actually add bullet listings there, bullet points. If you ever wanted to create a document that needed bullet points, you can adjust your spacing, and here's some additional information or additional options as well. You can change the opacity, which is the how much of it you see. So if you want to make it more transparent, you can use the transparency tool. You can position it, move it forward or back to within the document, which is nice. And of course, lock it out if you don't want it to change or accidentally change your font. So I'm going to click again on the font, and then up here in the upper left-hand corner of your canvas, you can see as soon as it pops up here. Okay, there we go. And all right, so here are the other fonts. You have a number of different font selections provided through Canvas, a lot of free ones. And if you see the little crown, that tells you it comes with the Pro plan. And so we've got a little bit of a lag on the computer, and I apologize, but I'm just going to scroll through here and let these populate. And you guys can see not only the name of the font, but they actually show you what the font looks like, which is really cool. All right, here we go. There we go. So as you go through the fonts, you can see what the font actually looks like. And so you can find something that works well for you if you want to have fun with it, something more professional, something that's, maybe something they've got a script or a handwriting version. You can select that. And of course, once you do, there you go. And then it changes the font for whatever you have highlighted. So not really appealing. I'd like something more professional. So let's try this one here. Aileron heavy. There you go. So a little bit big, but I like the font. So we can just grab the corner and size it back down again and use your tool to move it around. And what you may notice here is as I'm moving around the font, whether it's an image or the logo or design in general, the canvas will always tell you where center is at or where your alignments are, which is really neat. So if I were to grab Susan right here and move her to the center, then you see that pink line that pops up. What I love about this canvas is it tells me where center is at. So my X and Y axis, I know where center is for the image. And whoop, there we go. There's center. There's more, and boom. There we go. It's a little squirrely for me right now. There you go. That's dead center. So as you're designing your graphic design, as you're designing your templates, whatever it is you're making, the software is super intuitive and totally lends itself to help you with creating a really nice piece of design. So fantastic stuff there. Really like that a lot. So I don't see we have any questions so far. So I'm going to keep cruising. I hope everybody's doing all right. And I hope I'm not boring anybody, but if you do have any questions, again, you feel free to jump in there and use the box on the right to ask any questions or if you get stuck somewhere. So that is a cover photo. When I feel like I've created the cover photo, I'm done with designing it. In the upper right-hand corner, under the Downloads tab, you have the option of downloading your file in several different formats. So when I'm finished with my design and I think it looks good to go, PNG, which is a high quality image, that's going to be what Canva will suggest your file download file type would be. You can choose that obviously to a JPEG if maybe where you want to send it doesn't recognize a PNG or they don't allow PNGs. You can then use the option there and select JPEG if you like. Now, and also too, if you're going to print this, if this is going to be a print version, or you want to make a download for a print design, you have the option to choose a PDF standard, PDF print, which is going to give you the best quality for print. There is a difference. The DPI, which is the how tightly the pixelation is interwoven with the design, that allows you to put the best quality out there, and it looks really good in a print, whether that be in a photo or on a piece of paper. And then there's some other options there too. Really fun one. The creating your own GIFs now. They're a beta version for that, so you can create short animated clips and start to have your own animated GIFs. So we haven't really jumped into that one too much, but I would imagine there's a lot of opportunity there for agents to maybe make some cool stuff to use for text messages and so on. And then animation, your downloads there, again, creating animation in the beginning would then give you the animation to create there and download that. So when you hit the download for your PNG or your JPEG, it will prepare your design for you there, basically just getting it into a file format. And as soon as it's done, it will pop up in the bottom left corner there and give you a file wherever it automatically saves, whether to your desktop or to your download tab, your photos, it's wherever your default is set up. You can then go and retrieve your image from your device, and we'll just jump in here, and it'll be under, I'm on a Mac, so it'll be under my Finder here. Should be under downloads. There it is. It's the most recent one that was done today at 1:36. I'm going to double click on that, and there's your final product, your final image there. So that's ready to rock and roll and upload to Facebook cover photos. Obviously, you would log into your Facebook page, and then you would be able to upload from there. So pretty cool. And, you know, and the rule of thumb when it comes to cover photos, I know I get this question a lot in classes, like, well, what should I make for a cover photo? If you, first and foremost, if you have a listing, you've got multiple listings, whether it's one listing, do a collage, make a great collage for your cover photo. And, you know, take your listing, take several photos, and then make a collage. Make something that highlights the property, your listing, and then you know, use your cover photo space on your business page to highlight that and to create a design. If not a listing, you could always do something to highlight a neighborhood. Maybe there's a beautiful park, or the front entry, or the entrance into the community. Maybe you're a specialist in a specific neighborhood, so you want to showcase that neighborhood. Go and take a photograph of a landmark or something that screams the neighborhood, like that we know that's where you're at. And then obviously put your credentials on top of it so that you can highlight that area. Easiest rule of thumb for me, though, is when it comes to the holidays, whatever holiday we have for that month, we'll just switch out our cover photos to reflect that holiday. Case in point, we recently just did that with our cover photo for St. Patrick's Day. And so we move on from there. And then obviously the holidays coming up after that will be the same. Oh yeah, well I didn't see it pop up. So yeah, no, it works. Awesome, cool. Well, we got a question came in. Appreciate that. Where can we get an image that has all three logos, the Realtor MLS and Fair Housing together in one image? Great question. I don't have those together, but I can put those together for you. Just email me at keith@westusa.com, and then assuming you are a West USA agent. But if you have the images, or if I already have them, I can actually put that together as all one PNG, and that they could live together. I typically like to keep them separate because I like to float the logo around to various places just based on what looks good when it comes to collaborating with your background, and then collaborating with your image and so on. But yeah, it's a great suggestion. So I would say then take your two logos together, and they could obviously live. Go ahead and grab this guy here. you could have those live together just like this. So, and that way you only have to worry about uploading one image. But yeah, feel free to email me, keith@westusa.com. I'll put those together for you in a PNG. I'll give you both versions, and then you're off and running. Happy to do that for you. So I know I mentioned doing a collage. I actually wanted to show you one of the cool things here. Under your elements, under elements, let me scroll back here. Under the elements tab, under grids, this particular category is super cool because these grids are their collages. So if I hit see all, I can take any one of these grids and drop it into or over my design. And then I'm going to delete these real quick so we start from scratch. Show you how these grids work. Let's say I want to take one of these grids over here on the end, and I'm going to click on it once. When I click on the grid, it drops it over there onto the cover photo. Now, all I have to worry about is finding the image that will go into each one of these boxes. So under my uploads, I've got some homes in here, just some stock images of some homes. Here we go. All right. I've got some homes over here. Didn't take these photos, but for the sake of this class, they were just stock images that I found. So let's say this is a luxury property that I want to feature. So all I need to worry about is grabbing the first image here, dragging that over to the box that I want to put it in. As you can see how it kind of automatically just jumps into the box there for me. Finding the box that I would like to highlight that in, and then dropping it in there. Now, the dimensions might be a little squirrely on this one, but let's go ahead and massage it down. I just double clicked on it, and so it opened it up, and double clicked again. And now I've got the home in the main stretch there. That is really super and easy to do, and something I like to do with creating the design. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Mikaela, thank you so much. They can Google it. You can Google it to find the combination. There are a lot of the registered R, the MLS, and the fair housing are often together in all three. You can Google those in Google Images and grab a PNG off of the internet as well. So perfect. Okay, let's go back to the design here. So let's grab one of these other photos, maybe the interior of the home. I'm going to click on it one time. You can either click on it once, it'll drop it onto your canvas for you, or you can double click or drag it over, whatever works easiest for you. But then I'm going to select this particular box to put the kitchen in there. And I'm going to move it up just a little bit to get more of the counters, and double click again, locks it in. So super fun to do, easy to do. And the last one here, let's go ahead and put the pool. I'm going to go ahead and click on that one time and then drag it into the box. We'll go ahead and double click on it to open up the photo again, and we're going to slide it up just a little bit so we get more of that pool in there. Double click again, locks it in. There you go. So there's your collage of a property or a listing that you may have. And if you wanted to come back and then maybe throw your information on top of it, we're going to go ahead and grab Dwayne Fouts here, our designated broker. And I'm going to use the fun tool again, background remover. We're going to go ahead and let the system remove the background, remove him from it. And we're going to push him into one corner here to give ourselves a little personal branding over our listing. So there we go, starting to go away. All right, where was this tool at when I was when I was learning graphic design? I spent a lot of hours cutting stuff out before, and so this is, whoop, you don't want to do that. All right, there we go. So I'm going to move, nope, I'm going to move Dwayne over to the corner, but see, I don't want him to be in the image, but now I'm going to put him over here, but I want to flip him now because I'd like him to face the other way. So we're going to flip and do horizontal, and we're going to leave him right there in the corner. All right, let's see how it looks. All right, go back here. There we go. So I got Dwayne in the corner, and we're going to go ahead and now maybe we do something fun. Like we'll go over here to the text tab. We'll grab text, and we will just choose the add a header. And I'm going to do we're just going to do some generic street address. We'll just do our corporate officer 2355 West Utopia Road. Okay. So maybe like that's the address, or North Scottsdale property, or beautiful mountainside luxury home, entertainer's delight, whatever your value proposition is. Got a question here for you. So someone said I use Canva but never knew how to use the grid. So cool. I learned something new. Hey, that's awesome, Michaela. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, the background mover is pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. That, especially if you're really gonna take it to the next level. I mean, look, if you are comfortable with being on your marketing materials, and you've got access to headshots, brand yourself with all your properties, because then you can take this file, not only be a cover photo, but you can have it as a signature at the bottom of your emails. Maybe this is a collage of your last 3 homes you've sold. So not just one property, but maybe several within a community, or after a while, you get your bearings, and you're a successful real estate agent, and you've done 5 homes in this community, and you've done 7 over here. Create a piece of marketing material that highlights each of those communities now that you have had multiple transactions, and then create a one-off marketing brochure or pamphlet or trifold that speaks specifically to each of those neighborhoods. So no matter where you're working, you've got one that's super hyper niched for that community, and it's branded with you on it, with your contact information, your mantra, your whatever your mission statement is, whatever it is that you want to put out there, the branding you want them to take away from your marketing materials. You can have the opportunity to do that and create these collages. So whether you're making a cover photo or a handout or a business card or a trifold, I know a lot of agents who have trifolds made up that list out not only who they are, what they do, why they are the differentiating agent of choice, but then they also partner with their loan and title reps, and then their information is at the bottom of the brochure. And again, I'm sure there's an opportunity for your partners, your vendors, to go in on that with you. And if you create a trifold blend or a trifold bendable brochure that has all your information on it, and they're on there as well, they could probably help you with the cost of that, having it printed. So awesome opportunity to create that in this format and design. You get it when you want it, and you don't have to be at the mercy of waiting 2 to 3 days to turn around from a Fiverr.com or a UWorkplace where it's a freelancer. And if anybody that has a good eye, there's a lot of us in the real estate industry, we usually do, because this is a very visual industry. You guys can make a lot of cool things with when it comes to creating these designs. Yeah, the grids are a little squirrely. I'm not going to lie. The grids can be a little intimidating at first, but once you get in there and you start using your grids, you can learn and see and make different elements to it as well. One of the cool things about the grids, another aspect to the grid, is let me back out of here real quick. Under your frames, grid and frames work in the same concept. So you see this generic green grass with a little cloud in the sky. These are meant for you to replace the image inside. So with frames works the same way, but frames, as opposed to a grid, is a number of different ways that you can either put your headshot in a circle or what looks to be a little bit of a badge. You've got a computer monitor here. Maybe you guys want to make something for your app. Like, hey, okay, let's make a post. I want everyone to download my free app that I have at West USA. It's branded to me. So we're going to remove all this stuff. I'm going to leave Dwayne up here for now, but I'm going to come here and click on the phone. So now here's the phone app, or the phone itself, the shape of the phone. Easy thing to do is open your app, your West USA app, or if you're with another brokerage and you have an app, open your app to the main page of it. Take a screenshot of that, right? And then upload the screenshot of your app to your uploads tab here. And then you can take that screenshot and drop it right in over here. And now you've got your screenshot of your app that will live in the phone, and then that's a post. Like, hey, download my app to do create MLS searching. You can use your finger to draw an area, whatever your value proposition for your app is. But you can easily just take this frame that Canva provides for you in the shape of a smartphone, and then you drop in your screenshot of your app, and then there's some posts for you. Or if you wanted to do an iPad version, which the app is available on the iPad as well. So you can take a screenshot and then drop it right in there, and you've got yourself. Come on. All right, let's see if we can get this guy out of there. All right, let's do that. There we go. All right. So I've got the tablet there. So this could just be a photo by itself with the tablet, and then we'll drop Dwayne in there. Let's just pretend that is your app for your device. Now you can use the tablet as a frame as well. So the frames are really cool. They've got a number of different frames that you can choose from to add some graphic design to it. Maybe you got anybody out there doing like 7 tips to selling your home during the summer, or 13 things you could do for curb appeal. Maybe you've got a digital ebook, right? Maybe you wanted to create some tips on some content on getting ready to sell your home. What's the first thing I should do to my home when I'm ready to list it? Or not ready to list it yet, but what do I need to get my home ready for listing? And I know we've all had this conversation with clients before. You highly recommend decluttering your house, neutralizing it, getting all the personal effects off the wall, and really getting the home ready for sale, right? So maybe you create like 7 tips. Have fun with this particular frame, which looks like a book. And so you can create yourself a little template and make yourself a little ebook that download free copy of my 7 tips to get your home ready for sale. And then you capture a lead there. There's a phone number, email address, whatever information you're asking them to give you in order to get a free copy of your ebook. You can use this frame to create that little graphic as well, which is really cool. So going through it, there's just a lot of other frames you can have fun with, but now you know how they work. So, find one. Hey, there's a little stamp frame. Have fun with that one. I mean, there's a number of things you could do here. And like I said, at the end of the day, too, if you get yourself stuck when it comes to ideas, just always jump back up here to the template section and jump into your templates and just do a search. So I'm going to do tickets. Pop up there. Here's they've got tickets. If you want to do like raffle tickets, you can make tickets that look like a ticket for an event. Maybe during the holidays, you want to do a trick or treat type event, or maybe you're going to do a movie in the park night, and you want to create a raffle giveaway. Maybe you partner with your title or loan rep. You want to do a movie night in the park. You rent a large screen and a projector, and you. Okay, well, they do have raffles, so I don't know why that didn't come up. But let me go here. We'll go back to home. Yeah, there you go, raffle ticket. Yeah, so maybe you partner with a Len or Total Rep. You guys do a movie in the park night. You mention that, advertise it in the closed group for that neighborhood, and Goodyear, Norterra, wherever that closed group exists. Let them know there's a movie night in the park. You do a gift basket at the table. They can fill out a registration form or fill out a quick form, drop it into the basket. You're giving away a gift basket that's around movie themed. Tickets, candy, you name it, whatever you put in that basket. But you can make raffle tickets and obviously brand those, put your credentials on there, your loan or title rep, whoever goes in on it with you. And so there's a number of cool raffle templates you can choose from there as well. So that is about it when it comes to basics. I hope you guys got the gist of it. Like everything, what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So I highly recommend, jumping in there, taking a look at all the different templates. Of course, if you have any questions or concerns after the fact, shoot me an email. Again, I'm keith@westusa.com. Happy to help you guys out. As you can see, when it comes to our designs, a lot of what I do, I need done quickly because it's like most things, I usually think of it at the last minute. So I need something fast, and I've just utilized Canva to really create a lot of designs in a quick and timely manner. There's another example I gave where Dwayne's, he's just inside the home, so it's maybe an interior of the home and then a value proposition, or just listed. Low 300s or whatever the case may be. You guys can create a number of different designs when it comes to your marketing needs. Case in point, here's a little collage I spoke about earlier I made last week as an example. Those photos look familiar, drop them in, whatever the luxury property, the name of your company is, or your name, your contact information at the bottom. Do your best to create these designs on your off time. Maybe sit down. If you're going to make one, make several. Batch your content. If I'm going to sit down and make 3 posts for the week, if I'm going to sit down and make a new cover photo, maybe make the next 3 holidays coming up, and then that way they're in the can for you. And of course, like everything you create, you have access to it on your Canva device and on your app, and you can always load the pipe up with content, and then jump into your app on your as you're on the go and kick them out to your social media. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any other questions, jump on there now, ask them for me. If not, shoot me an email. You guys have been great. I really appreciate it. I hope I provided some value for you. Our next Canva class is, or not Canva, but our next webinar is coming up next Wednesday at 10 a.m. and it's going to be on personal branding for your real estate needs. We're doing a personal branding class on being an agent, how to get your message out there, how to find your niche community, how to find we're not logged in, so never mind. But how to let's see if it remembers my password. Hey, here we go. That'll be a first. Okay. So on our main West USA page for our Facebook page, we will always push out a reminder. Check your email the morning of the next webinar, which will be 10 a.m. on next Wednesday, the 25th. We'll be on personal branding, and then we'll have other classes that come from there. So we're just being a little slow right now, but I'm going to pull it up for you, give you guys a shot to see what's coming up. There we go. Let's see if we can find it. All right, that was there. There's Nick. All right, here we go. Webinars, Monday. It's in here somewhere. Wow. All right. There we go. All right, so that's what's coming up. 25th, 10 a.m., personal branding for real estate agents. And then into April 1st, 10 a.m., Facebook Basics. I'll be going through creating a Facebook business page, content creation, using closed groups, sourcing and finding your clients, past clients. And then on the 10th or on the 8th at 10 a.m., we'll be doing smart video with your smartphone. And we may even jump back into Canva and put some of those videos together. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing you or hearing from you soon. Have a great day and stay positive. That's all I can ask.